Hello and welcome to your yoga practice. So good to have you here today. Today's practice I'm calling aligning from within. This practice is all about trusting inwardly to find an alignment that's appropriate for you rather than trying to conform your body and mind to something external. I'll get a little bit more into this with a bit of a talk at the start of our practice. So get onto your mat and let's just settle down. Good morning, Jess. Nice to see you here. Um, well, if Jess is here, then let's get going. So good morning and welcome to your yoga practice. My name is Guy Friswell here on the west coast of Canada, where it's a beautiful day. And I teach online, teach locally, sort of as a retirement gig. And today's practice, my intent is to bring to you what I'm calling aligning from within. So in yoga practice, we tend to, or at least contemporary yoga practice, there's this tendency to set up a bunch of external ideals, like the way a pose looks. It has one formal way it's supposed to look. And we see this reiterated on Instagram and other places. But really, the challenge here is to move from within to find an internal alignment rather than some external ideal in your practice. And how the heck does that show up? Like, what does that mean to align from within rather than trying to conform to some external ideal? Well, it's about finding this place of effortless effort in the shapes, about finding energy moving cleanly in your body. It's about listening and sensing for guidance. So we'll go through all of these different ideas as we go through our practice today. The format of the practice today, there's a sort of chapter one is just a meditation to help us to ground in and to feel inwardly and begin to align inwardly from the meditation. And chapter two is a bit of a warm up, so moving our body to get things nice and open and fluid. Chapter three is all about the asana practice. This is where we're taking on forms and trying to find the alignment that works best for us. And then lastly, we'll do a bit of an integration at the end in Savasana or meditation, whichever way you like. So that's a lot of explanation. Hopefully it made sense or somebody listened. Welcome everyone that's come online to join us. I do offer these practices by donation so that if you find some value or benefit towards the end of the practice, your donation certainly appreciated and help me to sustain these offerings. Hello from Holland. Good to have you here. So lovely. So with all of that preamble, let's get on to our mat and begin our practice. We'll start in a seated position, and I'll bring the mic back with me as best I can. So hopefully you can continue to hear me. Now, as you come to your mat, try to find a place where you can sit up nice and tall. I like to sit on a bolster or a cushion or something like that, something that allows your hips to be a little bit higher than your knees. And maybe as you arrive, just move your bum back a little bit and get your spine nice and tall. From this place, take a nice big inhale and a long exhale to sigh. And welcome once again to your yoga practice, aligning from within. Allow your eyes to close and your hands to rest somewhere comfortable for you. Feel a gentle sense of tallness through your spine. And the breath rising, your breath rising and falling naturally. we're coming to a place of what might be called conscious immobility. We're allowing ourselves to be absolutely still, but we're not trying to be still. How do you do that? Relax. Relax through your face, relax through your shoulders, relax through your hips. There's a sense of release, of relief as you settle in. And at the top of your head, in this nicely settled place, feel a sense of spaciousness, even openness at the top of the head, a brightness at the top of the head. Almost like you were a dandelion growing up through the cracks of the sidewalk. Just receiving the brightness, feeling your breath rise and fall. And notice what's happening in your body as you come to conscious immobility. You'll notice little shifts and shakes in an endeavor to find that perfect place of comfort. This is you aligning from within. Really pay attention to the way in which you are adjusting your shape to find even more comfort. It might be a little wiggle, a little shake every once in a while. Pay attention to those. That is the essence of aligning from within in your yoga practice, right there. Trusting inwardly to find a place of ideal comfort in your body. So with that understanding, let's take another big inhale. A long exhale, sigh. And then on your next inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms up overhead, take a nice big stretch. Wake yourself up, and then slowly bring your hands forwards. Walk your hands slightly forward just to create a bit of compression at your hips. Relax your head down. Nice. And then from this place, we will make our way in a few movements to a standing position where we'll start our warm-up practice, chapter 2. So come up to a standing place, shake off any craziness that might be there. I like a little shiggle, a little shake every once in a while. Helps me to nestle into my body. So the warm-up practice will move from the top of your head down through your body here, just to help all of the joints of your body in particular to warm up. So first, your neck, nice big slow circles. Keep your shoulders down, your face relaxed, your knees relaxed, your hips relaxed, just twirling your neck around. Sensing into elongation through every part of your neck. Go the other way. Oh, yeah. Just waking up our neck. Maybe a little bit of crunchy sound in there. We're not trying to hurt ourselves. Just let yourself find a sense of ease. Start to roll your shoulders back. A few times. Roll your shoulders forwards a few times. Waking up. Scapula is what we're up to here. And take your arms out nice and wide. Turn your right hand up, left hand down. And then start to rotate the hands back and forwards as we go side to side, rotating the shoulders and moving your spine just a little bit. Waking up the shoulders here now a few times. Nice. And then pause and just shake the arms back and forth a few times. Nice gentle swings, dissipating any tension through your arm line. Nice. That feels good, doesn't it? And then bring your hands up, interlace your fingers, squeeze the base of your wrists quite strongly together and roll your wrists. Nice big circles. You could go slow, you could go fast. Go the other way. A few times, waking up our wrists, and then press your interlaced fingers away from you quite strongly. A few times, pressing away. And then shake out those wrists. Nice. Go side to side now. Tap your shoulder and your kidney. I'm trying to move through the spine just a little bit here, waking up our spine. Oh, yeah. And then let's just pause down through the hips here. Rotate around your hips a few times. Manifesting your inner Elvis here. Go the other way. Sensing into the hip sockets and letting those get a little bit more mobile. Feet together, knee circles, a few of those. And the other way as well. Nice. Now let's move into a little bit more of the asana practice. Inhale, hands all the way up. And exhale, settle in. Interlace your fingers. Point your index fingers if you like. Reach up nice and tall. Biceps by your ears generally. Reach up nice and tall. And just linger here. So here is a shape. Can you find a sense of alignment that works best for you? How do we sense that? Well, from your feet to your fingertips, we're trying to manifest a nice long line of energy. Are those points nicely connected through your knees or hips or torso? Find something that feels comfortable, effortless almost. And then reach up from there and side bend to the right. Your hips might go a little bit to the left. And to help wake up our spine, we'll move with our breath a few times. Inhale up. Exhale over to the left. Inhale up. Exhale right. Hips swaying, opening lateral flexion of your spine. Again, inhale up. Exhale over. On the third one, let's play. Inhale up. Exhale over to the right. And here, there's an external alignment, an external ideal, but you don't need to conform to that. That would be hips square, shoulders square at the front of the room. But maybe that doesn't work for you. Maybe you want your back hip to drag back or front hip to drag in a bit. Find an alignment that feels effortless to you. There's effort involved, but find that easefulness in the shape. A place where we could have a conversation even while we're doing yoga. It might mean more activation. It might mean more relaxation. Inhale, come up. Exhale over to the left. For me, I don't know, it feels nice to create a nice long line of energy from my right foot to my right hand through my right rib cage. Oh yeah, feels sweet, got this sense of sweetness. And if it occurs to you, if it feels intuitively, if you're intuitively guided to do something weird like stick your left foot out, well, go for that. That's fine too. There is no one right way. Inhale, come up, and exhale, bring your hands down. Again, roll your shoulders. They may be a bit cranky from keeping them overhead. And let's go from there. Bring your hands to your heart. I'll show you this from the side. We'll do a backward bend here. So really nestle into your feet. Get nice and proud and tall. Feel comfortably tall. Push your hips forward, lift your chest up. Be comfortable here. Look at the ceiling. Don't drop your head back. Just keep your neck nice and neutral, nice and long through the top of your head. And then send your arms overhead, biceps beside your ears, and create this lovely sense of energy through the front of your body, through the front of your or ankles, through the thighs, front of the hips, the abdomen. Nice big stretch, probably squeezing your bum a bit. And then inhale, come up, and exhale, bring your hands back down. Let's move into your lower body now. As you inhale, wave your hands forwards and sit down. And as you exhale, stand back up. Do that 3 times, inhaling, sitting, exhale, rising. And last one, inhale, sitting, and exhale, rising. Step your feet just a little wider. This time, inhale, let your heels come up as you wave your hands forwards. And then exhale, heels down, hands down. 2 more like that. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, down. And last one, inhale, heels up. Exhale, down. turn your heels out, your toes in, bring your knees more together and forward. So inhale, knees come forwards and touch, hands up. Exhale, rise up. That's called goat pose. A couple more, inhaling, sitting. Feel that in the calves, the fronts of your ankles. Exhale, rise. And again, inhale and exhale. Good. Square up the inner edges of your feet so that you're, more or less underneath your hips. And here we'll inhale, sit into the chair. And really linger here. I want you to find a place, again, that's, there's some effort involved here, but you're also nice and relaxed, nice and comfortable. So maybe you're moving your bum back, maybe bringing it forwards, maybe more compression on your ankles, maybe less. Where is your ideal alignment? How can you trust your body to find the right shape for you? This is what it's all about. This is an advanced idea. Inhale, come up, and exhale. Bring your hands down. Take your toes a little wide, your heels a little in. And again, inhale, hands forwards, sit down, knees wide. Exhale, rise up. Inhale, sitting down. Exhale, rising up. One more time. Inhale down and exhale up. Let's take that down and linger there. Inhale, sit down as far as you can. Bring your hands into prayer and just nestle in. Maybe your bum's up high, maybe your feet's wider. What would be comfortable for you in this dreaded squat pose? Find a place where you can breathe easily, where it feels good. It's a sense of compression. There's a sense of length in your spine. It's all nice and juicy and calm. Good. And then let's inhale, stand up. Exhale, hands down, feet back together, side to side, just a couple times. How's it going? Having fun yet? So a little bit of this is me being intuitive as well. So being guided by my intuition into the forms and shapes that my body needs. Try it sometime. Follow what it is you need. From the top of your mat, take a nice big inhale. And exhale, fold all the way forwards. Actually, I'll go from here. Inhale to lengthen. And exhale, take your right leg back, a long step, right toes tucked, and drop your right knee down onto the mat. Now, if your knee is kind of cranky, you can put something underneath your knee. And if you can't get your right hand to the floor, maybe sit on a block or something. But find something that works for you. Right hand off to the side quite a bit. Notice I'm up on my fingertips. You could be down on your wrist. I just like this better. Now take your left hand, draw your left hand up the inner right arm line as you open your shoulders and look up towards the ceiling. So here, we're creating a lovely openness through the front of the chest, gazing upwards. Maybe you're sinking into that left hip a little, or maybe not. Find an expression that's lovely for you, that you can breathe into. Nice big inhale. And exhale. Bring your left hand to your knee, and bring your right hand to your knee. Square things up. A kneeling lunge. Inhale your hands overhead. Get nice and tall. And now for a twist. Twist. Here, we'll twist to the left. Initially, right hand outside left knee, left hand to your low back. And just feel into the twist. Try to stay tall as you twist. An unsupported version would be both hands extending out, palms face up. Trying to, again, find a place of easefulness. And then from there, inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, hands to the mat. And walk your hands back as your left toes lift. And even engage all the muscles on the back of your left leg, the calf, muscles above the knee. Maybe you fold in a bit. Half monkey pose, building some strength and length on the back of the left leg. And then walk your hands forwards and step to the front of the mat, half lift. And then as you exhale, just take your left leg back, left knee down, and find a nice comfortable spot for you. Maybe there's something underneath your left knee. Left hand off to the side somewhere. And then take your right hand over to your left hand and slowly draw your hand up, your arm line across your chest, up to the ceiling. Look up. Notice you could move quite a bit into that right knee, right hip. Maybe there's a different shape in there somewhere that would feel better for you. Allow that to be expressed. What is it that feels right for you? What does your body need today? Follow your inner guidance. Beautiful. And then slowly, hand to knee, other hand to the knee, square things up. And hands up, twist to the right, hands come down. Left hand outside right knee, right hand to low back. Now here, from a mobility perspective, try to drive your knee into your hand into your knee so your knee doesn't collapse at all. Find the twist, belly in, chest proud, face relaxed. Nice. Find your breath. That's nice. And then inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands down. Walk your hands back, toes lift. Feel that engagement on the back of the right leg, thigh engaged, back of the calf engaged. Maybe you fold in a little bit. Oh yeah, I'm feeling that today. That's good. And then slowly step forwards to a half lift. Exhale to fold, to bend your knees, and inhale to rise all the way up. And bring your hands down the front of your body. Let's take a cleansing breath just to keep ourselves centered and calm. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, wash your hands down. Nicely done. Hands on your hips. And again, come more to the top of your mat. Tip forward, or bend your knees, tip forwards a bit. Step your right leg back a long step. Right toes tucked initially, hips square, shoulders square. So it's a standing lunge. And then from here, keep your shoulders square here. Just pivot your back heel to the mat. So we're setting up for warrior one. Back toes are turned out maybe 30 degrees, 45 degrees. Kind of depends on the structure of your hip as to where it goes. Then bring your hands up, settle in. This is good old warrior one. And again, trying to find your expression of the pose. There is a kind of a formalism to the shape, the way in which we place our shoulders and hips, but maybe there's some variation for you. Depends on what's going on in your body and the way your bony structure has been created. So it varies. Overlap your hands, keep your hips where they are, reach up, take a back bend, exalted warrior one. Chest nice and proud, right hip slightly forwards. Nice juicy stretch to the front of that right hip. Make it feel good for you. And then inhale, come up, straighten your front leg. Fold forwards about halfway and take your arms out wide, palms face the floor. I see there's a variety of comments. Hopefully everything's going all right over there. I can't read them from here. Nice big inhale. As you exhale, bring your left hand down, right hand up. Variation on triangle pose. We're trying to be expansive through the chest. We did this in the kneeling lunge, but nice and open from bottom hand to top hand. Nice and long from the left hip to the left armpit as well. So this is triangle. And then from that place, come on back up to the half fold. And on your exhale, right hand down, left hand up. This is a revolved triangle. Maybe you take your hand outside that left knee. Maybe you bend the left knee a little bit. Maybe Left hand to your back, or maybe you're flaring the hands wide. What works for you? I have a little instability in my left hip, so I'm making it easier for me because that's what my body needs. And then inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands to hips. Pivot your back heel. Step forwards and shake it off. We'll do that again on the other side. So a little bend in your knees, tip forwards, step back with your left foot into a lunge. Big toe mound of your back foot strongly rooted in, shoulders roughly square. You can bring your hands up overhead if you like, and then pivot your back heel to the mat without moving your upper body much. So toes are more forwards than wide in Warrior One. Overlap your hands, sink into good old Warrior One. Feel that energy from your left foot coming up through the back of your calf, the front of your left hip. Reach up, back bend, exalted Warrior One. Notice a tendency, perhaps, I'm noticing in my body a bit of a bumping out of the lower ribs, trying to keep the ribs knitted, creating a better sense of energetic flow in the front of the body. And then inhale, come up, straighten your front leg, fold forwards halfway, flare your arms out wide, palms face the floor. Engage all those muscles in that right leg this time. And then triangle pose, just a revolving the trunk. Right hand down, left hand up. Maybe you look up to the top hand, trying to find that place of spaciousness, openness, easefulness in your shape, in your breath. Yum, feels good. And then inhale back to the half folded position, half pyramid, I guess it's called. And then exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Modifying as you need. It's basically a half fold of the spine, keeping the spine nice and long, and then a rotation of the upper spine into this revolved shape, revolved triangle. Nice. Back to the half fold. Come all the way up. Bend your front knee, pivot your back heel, step forwards, hands swing behind, and inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, wash it off. One more breath like that. Nice big inhale. And a long exhale. Nice. We'll move into a balancing pose. Now, just one balancing pose. If you practice with me, you probably can guess what balancing pose it is. Tree pose. Turn your right foot out. Yield heavily into your left foot. And then place your right foot, without using your hands, place your right foot somewhere on your left leg, as high as you can. So it could be the ankle, calf, across the knee joint even, upper thigh. And then press your foot to your leg to your foot. Drive your right knee more to the back of the room as you're pressing your leg into your foot. Bring your belly in, bring your hands to your heart. And be a tree. So what is your alignment? How well are you rooted to the earth? And as you begin to feel solidly rooted, then you might decide to rise up and blossom like a tree, hands up, separated, getting this lovely arc of leaves through the fingertips. And trusting this shape. Hands to heart, knee forwards, foot down, shake it off. And do the other side. Left foot turns out. Keep your hands out the way. We're trying to work with your active range of motion here. Place your foot wherever it's going to go. Foot presses to leg presses to foot. Left knee moves away from you as you firm up your hips, tone your abdomen, hands to your heart. Feel rooted. Feel like you're connected to the center of the earth. nicely, strongly grounded, centered, strong. And then, if it makes sense, hands up, blossoming into your tree shape, wobbling in the breeze. It's normal. Like, alignment is not static. There's not one perfect place. It's a feeling of energy moving in your body that feels delicious. I don't know how else to explain it. Nice big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale your knee forwards. Exhale, bring your foot down. Give it a good shiggle, give it a good shake. Take a big inhale, hands up. Exhale, bring your hands down. Bend your knees and hands behind. Sit your bum down and bring your feet out front. And we'll take your knees side to side just a couple times. So flopping the knees in, side to side, a couple times. Oh yeah. This is internal and external rotation of your hips. Just a few times. And then take both knees over to the left and take your torso more upright. Turn towards your left leg. Feel your right hip turning in and down. Get nice and proud here. And then walk your hands forwards, offering more and more compression of that left hip. Now here, there's so many variables that you could tweak to make this feel better in your body. So we could take this left shin and maybe make it more parallel with the top of the mat if you're in that direction, or the side of the mat. Maybe you could take your right foot more out, creating more of a 90-90 shape. Maybe you walk forwards, come onto your elbows. Maybe you rest your head. We're experimenting with what it is that our body seems to need and want. And there's so much choice here. The only way to find what works best for you is to explore, to listen inwardly, and take on something that feels right for you. So right now, there's this intuitive response in my head. Oh, twist over to the left even more. That might feel nice. So I'm sitting up proud, twisting, exploring. There's some kind of energetic sense that needs to arise there. Another idea, maybe there's a mermaid pose where you're twisting and looking back to your right foot. Maybe there's some kind of lift happening of your legs. So many choices. At any rate, there's the ideas. Use those in your practice. Slowly come back through to our starting position and flip-flop your legs side to side a few times. And then we'll go over to the right. Both knees go right. Finding a good shape for your legs, whenever feels right for you. I like to turn more towards that right femur, and then maybe walk yourself down, or maybe you do some kind of twist or something else. Allow yourself to take the shape and adapt it to what is arising within you as to what you need today in your body. There's nothing to achieve here. It's just you listening to your body, responding to your body, being guided from within. How many times do I need to say that, do you think? Guided from within. Open yourself to your own intuition. Open yourself to ideas coming from somewhere else. Nice. And then let's slowly unwind again. Flip-flop those good old knees side to side. And then let's take a big stretch. Extend your feet out front, heels touch, toes touch. Maybe move your bum back a little bit. Get nice and long through the backs of your legs, toes back towards you. Sit up nice and proud, and then leading with your sternum, your heart. Gaze forwards as you fold into your hip crease. I like to keep my hands on the mat and just walk my hands forwards, trying to bring my forehead to my toes, Paschimottanasana. And then once you've come to a spot, not striving, you come to a spot that you can sustain, hang out there. Feel your breath rising and falling. And notice if there's any kind of intuitive call to adjust the shape to make it a little more comfortable. Maybe you back out a bit, maybe you go in a bit. What works for you? Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Those are your guides. And then slowly, slowly sit up, lean back, and bring your feet in again. So they're about hip width apart. Reverse table, reverse table. Bring your bum up, hips up, and just give it a bit of a wiggle, a bit of a shake. Dissipating any tension here. And then bring your bum back down to the mat. With your feet about hip width apart, we'll lie down on our back and keep your feet, like I said, about hip width apart. Maybe walk your feet in so you can just about touch your heels with your fingertips. Let's settle everything down with what I call rising and falling bridge pose. So as you inhale, we're going to lift your hands and your bum and reach your hands way overhead so the backs of your hands touch the floor overhead as your bum is up as high as it can go. Hopefully that made sense. And then as you exhale, slowly unwind your spine and bring your hands back beside your bum, bums down. So following our breath 4 more times like that. Inhaling, waving up through the spine. Little push with our feet. And exhaling, waving back down. 3 more times at your own pace. Inhaling to rise and extend and reach and push. Exhaling to unwind. 2 more, we got it. Inhale. And exhale. Yeah, 1 more time. Nice big inhale. And a long, delicious exhale. Nice. Pause. Let things settle and soften. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Hold on to both knees. Squeeze them towards you quite firmly. If you like, you can bring your head up, but not necessary. Just give it a good squeeze, good squeeze, good squeeze. And then again, slowly drop your feet down to the mat. And we'll just flip-flop your knees side to side. Piriformis stretch, I call this one. So here, take your feet as wide as the mat. Drop your right knee over towards your left foot. And then use your outer left foot to hold your knee down. So we're hooking your right knee down with your left foot. So it's a nice internal rotation of the right hip. And then take your right hand out to the side or overhead as you look to the right. Good old piriformis stretch here. Nice juicy opener for that outer right hip. Now, if that left knee is hovering off the ground, mine is, you could wedge something underneath that left knee for support, or put your hand under there for support. Feel the rise and fall of your breath and tweak the shape as you see fit to make this work better for you. There is no one right way. There's just you sensing into your body, trusting the sensations, the dialogue of your own body, and allowing yourself to follow that. This is advanced practice. Lovely. And then slowly come back out, feet as wide as the mat, flip flop your knees a few times, side to side, and then left knee drops over to the right. Right foot ankle holds the left knee down. Maybe that left arm reaches out to the side or overhead and you gaze off to the left. Yum. Maybe you place something underneath the right knee this time to lean into a bit. Trying to soften and relax and dissipate tension as best we can. Trying to breathe very slowly now. A slow cadence allows our parasympathetic nervous system to kick in, to rest and digest and heal. Yum, that feels good. And then again, unwind. And we'll take both arms, both legs up towards the ceiling now, dangling upside down. Nice and heavy in your shoulders and your hips. Big circles with your ankles and your wrists as you rotate them around slowly. A few snap, crack, pops probably. Go the other way. And then spread your fingers and toes really wide and then squeeze them all together. Spread, squeeze, spread, squeeze, spread, squeeze, and then start to shake your wrists, your ankles. Dissipate any kind of tension, shake it off. Nicely done. Shake. And then slowly lie down, legs long. Palms face up, chin a little bit tucked. Nice big inhale. And a long exhale. And again, remain here in Savasana and begin to notice, first off, any little tweaks or adjustments that you are making to the shape. This is again you following inner guidance as to what works best for you. And then bring your awareness to your nostrils and notice the sensations of your breath in your nostrils. Noticing that there's always some sensation and it's always changing. And you're simply awareness behind that. You are the awareness of that changing, ever-changing sensation. Allow yourself sink into pure awareness. And then from that place, direct a bit of attention towards your heart, the center of your chest, feeling a sense of gratitude or maybe repeating the mantra, thank you, thank you, thank you. And really it's a thank you to yourself for showing up, for allowing yourself to be guided from within, to trust yourself. These are wonderful lessons that we can gain through our movement practice. Let's conclude our practice together with a shared breath. Nice big inhale. And a long sigh. And thank you once again for sharing this space and sharing your practice with each other. It really is a very supportive thing that we're doing, even in this virtual way. when we show up and practice together, being intentional in what we're doing. So thank you for showing up. Namaste. I'll remain online and see what the chat's been about. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Thank you, Zan, Kira. Lovely to see you guys all here today. Aligning from when was a new concept for me. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's about. I can't claim this is my own. Well, I do practice it. I learned this from a gentleman called Erich Schiffmann. If you look him up online, he's practiced forever, and quite a wonderful teacher. Schiffmann, 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 Erich with a H. Thank you, Prakti. Thank you for your support, Valerie. Erich Schiffmann with an H on Erich, E-R-I-C-H, and that's S. Let me type it. See if I can type here. Erich, can I? No. I don't know if I can type this. Erich Schiffmann. There we go. He's got a bunch of videos on Vimeo that are quite excellent. So that was my intent now is I'm taking the summer off, and I'm calling the summer June, July, and August. I will be back in September. I may show up occasionally to make some offerings. In the meantime, though, if you do enjoy what I'm offering, you can look me up on YouTube or Instagram, and I have lots and lots of classes and posts up there. So just look up my name, Savarna. Yes, thank you so much. I hope you guys have a great summer as well, or everyone has a great summer. I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be visiting various people, including my father. Big drive to go see him. And yeah, so following your intuition, being guided from within. Do you ever go to Salt Spring Center? I actually haven't. I got a number of friends that go there and teach regularly, and I know a lot of the people that have come out of that center. So it's just I just haven't gone. But yes, I do know that community. I know lots of them. I, in fact, practiced with several of them as my own teachers. Yes, thank you, Jess. So good to have you consistently there, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All righty. So maybe see you online somewhere. Have a look at those YouTube classes. I think they're lots of fun. This one too, I'll be putting this one up there probably in the next day or so. I recorded it all. So big love, everyone. So lovely to have you here, and have a great summer. Namaste.